Can I ask you both about this? These new rules and regs coming in about protesters, and the idea that they want to ban people using fireworks and flares, right? But face coverings, all that sort of thing. Should it all be got rid of?
Well, I think face coverings are... they only benefit the person whose face is covered, doesn't it, really? It just hides their identity, and everybody else then doesn't know who's done it, and that person could do anything. They could use fireworks, be violent, use racist language, whatever they want. And how are we going to find? I think face coverings possibly is something that does need to be looked at.
I'm very wary of any of these sorts of clampdowns. I mean, obviously fireworks and violence and so on, of course. I mean, that surely should be covered by the law at this point anyway. But there's also, in these sorts of protests, you think these people are bound to rights. They're covering up their identity. But there's others where people might not want their identity to be known when they go on a demonstration. Do we want that to go out as well? So I suppose that's a bit of an issue.
Well, let's ask the Police Minister, Chris Philp, who joins us now. Good to see you this morning. Why is it necessary to bring in these new rules and regulations?
Well, we're concerned to make sure that where protests happen, they don't cause unreasonable disruption to the public. That's why we're making some corrections following recent legal cases where people say that protesting is a reasonable excuse for disrupting other people. We don't think it should be, so we're clarifying the rule around that. We're also making sure that our principal war memorials are respected. Nobody thinks our war memorials should be desecrated or disrespected during protests, and that's why we're protecting our principal war memorials. We also think letting off flares at protests is unacceptable. Letting off flares is illegal already, but what we're doing is making the possession of flares or fireworks in a protest illegal and giving the police stronger powers to ensure people don't wear basically masks and face coverings at protests, which I think makes it harder for the police to identify people who are committing criminal offences. Obviously the government supports the right to protest, but we, don't support members of the public having their day-to-day lives unreasonably disrupted. We don't support war memorials being disrespected, and we don't support people covering their face to get away with committing criminal activity. And that's why we're announcing these changes today, and we're going to make the changes via amendments to the Criminal Justice Bill coming back before Parliament in just a few weeks' time.
It's day 8 of the manhunt for Abdul Azedi, the man wanted in connection with the chemical attack in Clapham. How has a man with a significant facial injury in a city covered in CCTV managed to evade the authorities for 8 days now? How have the police not found him?
Well, the Metropolitan Police are using all the resources at their disposal to find this man, including the extensive use of CCTV, as you say. They've appealed for anyone with information to come forward. Members of the Afghan community have said the same thing. Anybody with information should contact the police. If they've got information about where he's staying, if anyone is harbouring him or letting him stay somewhere, please come forward and give that information to the police. He has committed what is obviously a terrible attack, and we need to find him as quickly as possible. So please, anyone that knows anything, doesn't matter what the circumstances are, please urgently contact the police with that information.
Are there questions to be asked of the Metropolitan Police, though, in the sense that this has taken a lot of resources, understandably so, and of course they want to find this man, but there are questions to be answered, aren't there, about why it is taking so long?
Well, look, London is a city of about 9 million people. It's got something like 3 or 4 million residential properties in it. It is a very large city, but the Met are dedicating all the resources they can, and I would just ask the public to help. The public are the eyes, and it should be the eyes and ears of the police as well. And anyone with somebody somewhere has information about where he is, and they should, given what he's done to that poor lady and her children, please, if you have information, you must come forward to the police. It is, of course, an offence as well to harbour somebody or to assist someone in evading the law who's committed a criminal offence. So I just urge people to come forward with information.
OK, Minister, good to see you this morning. Thank you very much indeed.